Please turn off all cell phones and electronic devices. Outside. Battalion, 3rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment's change of command ceremony, which will be followed by the casing of the colors. At this time, we would like to extend a sincere welcome to our distinguished guests, Colonel Todd Daniels, Acting Commandant, United States Army Air Defense Artillery School, Command Sergeant Major Giancarlo Macri, Command Sergeant Major, United States Army Air Defense Artillery School, Councilwoman Mary Ann Hankins, Ward 1, Colonel John Bearfield, Chief of Staff, United States Army Fire Center of Excellence in Fort Sill, and his wife Carrie. Colonel Ryan Schrock, Brigade Commander, 31st Air Defense Artillery Brigade, and his wife Christy. Command Sergeant Major Tommy Flores, Command Sergeant Major, 31st Air Defense Artillery Brigade. At this time, Specialist Penniman will present a bouquet of red roses to Lieutenant Colonel Mendoza's wife Kide as a thank you for her support and devotion to the soldiers and families of the I Strike Battalion. A gift is also being presented to Lieutenant Colonel Mendoza's son Jack for his support of the I Strike Battalion. At this time, Sergeant First Class Moore will present a welcome gift to Lieutenant Colonel Tottenwaite's husband Dennis, welcoming him to the battalion. A gift is also being presented to Lieutenant Colonel Tottenwaite's son Sloan, signifying the start of his journey with the battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation delivered by Chaplain McCarley and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, today we give you thanks for sustaining us through the night, for watching over us as we come in and go out. You are our source of strength, and we praise you for that. We gather to bid farewell to one leader and welcome into this family another. Thank you for the leadership, mentorship, and guidance Lieutenant Colonel Mendoza has given this battalion during his time with them. For the support from his wife Kide and his son Jack, thank you. May you bless them all as they move forward together to the next assignment. For those that have supported him and are not here, Lord, we honor them now. As we say goodbye to Lieutenant Colonel Mendoza, we welcome Lieutenant Colonel Tottenwaite to the battalion. As the mantle of leadership passes over to her, may she find herself leaning on you daily for guidance to lead this battalion, wherever they are needed. Let peace, decisiveness, and humility rule her time in command. Give understanding and unwavering support to her husband Dennis and her children Sloan and Mary. May they stand beside her with the strength that you give. Bless the men and women of this battalion. and let the transition of leadership be smooth and without error. We ask this in the name above all names. Amen.
Now approaching is the official party, consisting of our reading officer, Colonel Ryan Sharp, the commander of the 31st Air Defense Artillery Brigade, the outgoing commander of the 4th Battalion, 3rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Paul Mendoza, and the incoming commander, Lieutenant Colonel Leah Totaway. With the passing of the unit colors, the history, traditions, and accomplishments of the unit are transferred to the incoming commander. In this transition, the unit's legacies are passed as the building blocks for future performance and achievement. Historically, the unit colors served as a rallying point around which the soldiers of the unit assembled as they move forward into combat. All others in the unit might perish, but the unit colors carry on forever. Senior non-commissioned officer in the unit, the command sergeant major is entrusted with the responsibility of maintaining the unit colors. Command Sergeant Major Douglas now passes the colors to Lieutenant Colonel Mendoza. This is the last time that he will hold the colors next to his heart. Lieutenant Colonel Mendoza now passes the colors to Colonel Schwab, signifying his relinquishment of command and passing on the accomplishments of the battalion. Colonel Schwab now passes the colors to Lieutenant Colonel Totaway, signifying that he is entrusted with the battalion, its mission, and its soldiers. Finally, Lieutenant Colonel Totaway returns the colors to Command Sergeant Major Douglas, signifying the confidence that the commander places in the non-commissioned officer corps. This is the Command Sergeant Major's first act of allegiance to the new commander. Regulation 600-20, the undersigned assumes command of the 4th Battalion, 3rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment, signed, Leah R. Totaway, Lieutenant Colonel, Air Defense, Commanding. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 31st Air Defense Artillery Brigade, Colonel Ryan Sharp.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today's a great day to recognize the end of a significant chapter in the history of the 4th Battalion, 3rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment, and the beginning of another in this esteemed unit. First, I'd like to recognize some folks that traveled long distance to be here in support of the service members. First, Sergeant Major McClure, all the way from Ohio. Sir, thank you for making your way here. Sergeant Major, thank you for support of Leah. That means a lot. Over to Team Mendoza. Right off the bat, Colonel Chen, thank you for being here, making your way up here. And Mr. Matt Mendoza, Matt's brother. Matt, thank you for making the way out here. Support our families is important, and truly, from all of us to you, thank you for making this a priority. To our distinguished visitors and friends, thank you for coming. You honor us with your presence. The support we consistently receive from our friends and families. Fire Center, 32nd Army Air and Missile Defense Command, to the law enforcement community is appreciated by us. It enriches our lives, strengthens, allows our formations to train harder, maintain our citizens better, and allows us to deploy faster and fight harder. For every identification, although the formation behind you is small, the battalion is not. This battalion is over 500 soldiers, 4 Patriot firing batteries, a large maintenance company, and a huge HHD to maintain it all. 2/3, 3/4 of the soldiers are already up and out, deployed right now, or wheels up tonight to their tactical positions. The last little bit, we're going to be right behind them. This incredible formation and its soldiers stand proud in defense of our nation, with many already overseas protecting our national interests and our way of life right now. In the coming days, the rest of the soldiers you see here will be at the forefront of our national defense. This formation and its soldiers exist solely to deploy and fight in combat. These soldiers deny our nation's adversaries the chance of successfully attacking U.S. and allied troop locations and critical assets. This formation and its soldiers, its weapon systems are the 24/7 response force, all weather, always ready, high confidence option that can deter adversaries and, if needed, defeat their attacks. Their mere presence while deployed overseas change the calculus of our adversaries and their decisions to attack, because they know they may not be successful in their attacks on troops and they will face the severe repercussions. This formation and its soldiers help our nation manage escalation on our terms in environments where belligerent state and non-state actors routinely communicate their intent and their frustrations with launches of ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, deadly unmanned aerial vehicles, and rockets. If it were not for formations like these and these soldiers, our ability to remain engaged with our allies side by side, driving regional events for our advantage would not be possible. This is all about keeping threats beyond our shores in today's increasingly contested world, so we never have to fight here on American soil. That's what it's all about. As you might imagine, this formation requires an incredible leader. And for the last 2 years, that has been Lieutenant Colonel Paul Mendoza. Paul has led this formation with a steady hand, guiding it through its last deployment in the CENTCOM area of operations in the Middle East, having himself, like Leah today, took command immediately upon deployment. Throughout that 9-month deployment, he drove the battalion to maintain an exceptional readiness rate and defensive posture. Upon redeployment, a little bit more than a year ago, he began the task of rebuilding this battalion and its combat power. He and all 4-3 rolled up their sleeves and they went to work, completely resetting and refurbishing all of the Patriot systems in this battalion. Updates, upgrades, latest software versions, new paint, new seats. That, along with all the incredible training plans he devised to prepare these soldiers for their deployment. I can unequivocally state right now, as 4-3 deploys, it is the most advanced, most lethal, and the most well-trained Patriot battery in our Army. But Paul did not do this alone. You have an amazing partner in Key Day, a dedicated Army spouse, and a selfless leader, having always been there for the soldiers and families of 4-3. Together, you made an incredible leadership team while separated during the last deployment of your command, and together here in Garrison while preparing these soldiers for this deployment this week. I'm personally proud to have gotten to know you, Paul, but you, Key and Jack Bristow, as you depart here for your next assignment at the Pentagon, you depart with everyone's respect, admiration. Team Mendoza, we salute you. Thank you. As one leader of this caliber departs, we know that the Army goes to extraordinary lengths to select the best possible officer for this strategically important position. And they certainly got it right with Lieutenant Colonel Leah Todd Wade. An incredibly intelligent officer and rich with experience, she has served across our Army and our joint force. With deployments to CENTCOM, service on the Korean Peninsula, and across the wider Indo-PACOM region. driving and refining war plans. She not only brings extensive experience with our Patriot weapon systems, also has a depth of knowledge on our strategic sensors and space-based systems. It is clear that 4-3 will be in good hands. Leah, Dennis, Sloan and Noah, we welcome you to the Archer Brigade family, and we look forward to writing this next chapter of 4-3's excellence in defense of our nation with you. In closing, to the soldiers of 4-3, you continue to do heavy lifting in the defense of our nation. You exceed expectations. You beat timelines and outperform. As you stand here on the eve of yet another deployment, we ask again for your commitment. We ask again for your service, and we ask again for your sacrifice. But know that your nation is proud of you, your Army is proud of you, and we are proud of you. Ready and vigilant, ready to intercept now. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing commander of the 4th Battalion, 3rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Paul Mendoza.
Distinguished guests, friends, and family of the Ice Strike Battalion, good morning, and thank you for coming to today's ceremony. I know that everyone is very busy, and a number of you traveled great distances to be here, and I'm grateful for your presence today. As always, and for the last time as the commander of this historic battalion, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the soldiers and the families of the Ice Strike Battalion for their hard work and sacrifice made to support the battalion and our nation. The formation looks great, although a little smaller than usual, and please join me in a round of applause for the outstanding soldiers of Fort 388. Today is a bittersweet moment for me and my family. Not only because it marks the end of my time as commander of the Ice Strike Battalion, the role has been an honor and privilege of my career to serving, but also because I'm unable to do it in the presence of all people to whom I owe and deserve my most sincere debt of gratitude. The majority of the battalion is now forward for the second time during my tenure, doing what the Army charges us to do, and that is providing expert air missile defense to the combatant commander. I couldn't be prouder of the soldiers and families of the Ice Strike Battalion, and know they will continue to excel as they have for the entirety of the last 2 years. There's a lot of people to thank and not enough time to probably do it. We're probably going to miss some people, so I apologize up front. So let's get to it. First, I'd like to thank Major General Harrison for the opportunity to command this fine battalion. I'd like to thank Colonel Schrock and CSM Flores for their support of the Ice Strike Battalion. Sir, thank you for your leadership over the past 2 years, trusting me to command the unit in the way that I wanted to command. Christy, and your support over the last 2 years, and particularly the last 2 weeks, is greatly appreciated. I'd like to take a moment to thank my mentor, Colonel retired Janice Chen, for being here today and for investing in my career and family over the last decade. I'm sure I would not be here making this speech if not for your guidance and leadership. I'll eventually come to terms that your first name is Janice and not ma'am. I'm working on it. To the DCO, my fellow battalion commanders, Matt, Chris, Chris again, and Elise, thank you for being good battle buddies. None of us would have been as successful as we have been without the mutual support we gave each other. To my Command Sergeant Majors, Brooke Martin and Christopher Blevins, thank you for your advice and friendship over the last 2 years. It was a wild ride, and I couldn't have done it without either of you. Chris, I rest easy knowing that the battalion is in your capable hands. Best of luck to you, Melissa, and the boys. My family and I will miss you. To my Iron Majors, Nick, Earl, Samantha, and Justin, thank you for your hard work and dedication to the unit. Your excellence freed me to focus on being the commander and propel the unit into success. I look forward to seeing your continued success. To my commanders, Big Connor P, Jay, Miles, Trudy, Katie, Nick, Matt, Adam, Terry, and Jacob, thank you for your hard work and buying into the team. We were successful because you never hesitated to help each other out, often in opposition of your personal interests. You are extraordinary leaders, and I was blessed to serve alongside you. To my first sergeants, thank you for upholding the standard. There is no doubt of the veracity of the corps of non-commissioned officers in the Ice Strike Battalion. To my staff, warrant officers, non-commissioned officers, soldiers, and families of the Ice Strike Battalion, even though I can't thank each and every one of you individually, know that your contributions to the team matter, and that I will be forever grateful for your service and sacrifice. To the agencies on post, to the sister brigades, thank you for your support of the Ice Strike Battalion. It was very much appreciated. Again, we couldn't have achieved what we were expected to achieve without your guys' support and help. To To Leah, Dennis, Sloan, and Noah, welcome to the iStrike family, and thank you for your professionalism and graciousness during our transition. I know the team is in great hands, and I wish you the best of luck as you take the reins of the storied battalion. To my family, I'd like to thank my brother, Matt, for being here, for your unwavering support of my career, and always pushing me to do better and good. You have to keep it good. To my wife today and son Jack, I don't have words to express my gratitude for your sacrifice and supporting me over the course of my career. My success is directly correlated to that support, and it's my life's honor to be your husband and Jack's father. You both are truly amazing, and I thank God for being with my life. Lastly, I want to thank my mother, Janelle, who is so looking forward to being here with us this morning. Thank you for your dying love, and I will endeavor to continue being the son and man you raised me to be. Swift and sure, ready and vigilant, I give not, I strike. Dragon 6, signing off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 4th Battalion, 3rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Leah Todd.
Good morning, distinguished guests, family, friends, and the soldiers of the 4th Battalion, 3rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment. Thank you for your support and attendance. Thank you, Paul, for the amount of work you and this battalion have put in for such a quick turnaround in missions. Bravo, bravo. I would like to take a moment to thank Sergeant Major retired McClure and Lieutenant Colonels retired Roth and McGavin for making the trip here. It is a testament to our shared adventures in the Army that forged friendships, enduring time and space, and enrich our lives. Dennis and I have been blessed with the villages that we have been welcomed in, the support systems of people that allow us to serve our country, serve our families, and each other. The very social fabric that binds us and makes our country great. It is these unspoken covenants between neighbors, friends, and family that I find parallel with the duty that I am taking on today. Bearing that in mind, I do not take this guide on lightly. I take it with the same heavy love I carry for my own family. I pledge to my soldiers that I will do my best to fulfill my duty and safeguard the unit's growth and prosperity, and to safeguard the children and loved ones of other mothers who have entrusted them to the United States Army, as I might one day do the same. To my family, thank you, I love you, I will see you soon. Dennis and Sloan, I will save you from my public declarations of love and affection. You have letters written in your bags. Swift and sure, ready and vigilant, I strike. Dragon 6 signing on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 4th Battalion, or 3rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment's change. At this time, the 4th Battalion, 3rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment prepares to deploy to the CENTCOM and AFRICOM areas of responsibility. There, they will conduct a leave-in-place and transfer of authority operations in order to validate future alert state assumptions, air battle management and reload procedures, and critical asset defense in order to assume responsibility for location sites across the job. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now case the 4th Battalion, 3rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment colors as the time is prepared for deployment at another chapter in history.
Deploy your ankles.
rise and join us for the playing of the 88 March and the Army Song. Good luck and Godspeed to the soldiers of the 4th Battalion, 3rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment as they deploy and support our nation and our allies. Lieutenant Colonel Topley and Chief Warrant Officer Foley are participating in a postal reception at the Air Defense Artillery Association's building. Lieutenant Colonel Mendoza with our PA will receive honors and awards in front of the leaders. Thank you for attending to this ceremony. Fire strong, swift and sure, ready and vigilant, I yield my sir.